Hi, welcome to my EcoBUZZ. I'm Jessica Gregory. Now, as we kick off summer and hopefully are spending more time outside, whether that's doing some hiking or biking, whatever that may be, one of the things that I commonly hear comments about is poison ivy. So what I want to do this week is dive in a little bit deeper and hopefully help you to have a more enjoyable summer and not have to worry about that quite so much. So come with me as we take a closer look. Now, to try to identify poison ivy a little bit better, it might be helpful to start with learning some plants that are often confused with poison ivy. I think that we've all heard the adage, leaves of three, let it be. Well, that's not always true. So the first one that I want to show you here has leaves of three. The edges here, they're very, very toothed for one thing, and also kind of end in a point. Also, if I look at the stem of this plant, I can see little thorns on the plant, but poison ivy does not have thorns and the edges are not as toothed like this. This is actually a wild raspberry plant. It does have three leaves, but look at that toothed edge and the thorns on the stem, and you'll quickly see that it is not poison ivy. Another plant that often gets confused for poison ivy is this one right here. This is the wild strawberry. And again, the edges of these leaflets are very jagged, very toothed, like the wild raspberry. But notice that the tips of these leaflets are very rounded as opposed to the wild raspberry that were very pointy. Poison ivy are more pointed as well. So if you see these rounded leaflets, that gives you a pretty good clue that it's not poison ivy. This next one is actually a tree. If I look at the branches, they attach to this trunk right here. And this leaf that I'm holding is divided into three leaflets, and the edges are fairly smooth. They're not toothed, which is similar to poison ivy, but again, it's connected to a tree, it's not a vine, and if I scan the rest of the branches here, I can actually find some leaves that are divided into 5 leaflets. So this little one here, for instance, and the one behind it are actually divided into 5 leaflets, and poison ivy never does that. So if you see that attached to the same tree or the same plant, you can definitely rule out poison ivy. So finally, I want to show you what poison ivy actually does look like, and this is it right here. You can see the 3 leaves, and again, I want to point you to the edges of the leaf here. Notice that they are actually fairly smooth. They're not super jagged. The 2 basal leaves here kind of have thumbs. So if I hold my hand out like this, you can see this shape here that kind of looks like a thumb on both of these leaves. Now, poison ivy does grow on the ground, but it also can vine up trees. So I want to show you this one here actually is vining up the side of this tree. And if I look at the vine closely, it looks like it has little hairs coming off of it, or little roots. Now, poison ivy vines always have those hairs or those roots on it. So if you see a hairy vine, don't touch it because it is poison ivy. Now, the thing you want to be careful with poison ivy is that it's actually an oil that's present on the plant that causes you to itch when that gets onto your skin. And this oil is present on any part of the plant, so anything that you touch, whether it's the leaf or the stem or the root or the vine, that could cause you to get that itchy rash. So if you've been through poison ivy, within a couple of hours, wash the area really well with soap and water, and you should be set. If you touched your clothes to the poison ivy plant in any way, you want to wash those really well, your shoes, anything like that, just to get those oils off of your clothing, because that could be transferred later to your skin as well. One other thing that I want to mention about poison ivy that's a common misconception is that poison ivy is not contagious. So if you've washed your clothes, you've washed your skin, so you know that the oil is no longer there, you really have no way of passing it on to anyone else, which is awesome. So hopefully you can go out and have some of your own adventures and feel a little bit more comfortable with some of these tips and tricks for identifying poison ivy. So thanks for joining me this week. Have a great one. Happy naturing.